Hi, it's Chanel, and welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Chanel. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are notified each time I upload a video. Now, today on this episode, I'm going to show you a different way to make another sweet yellow cake recipe. For this cake, you will need two, two cups of all-purpose flour. You will need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You'll need a half a teaspoon of salt. You'll need 2 sticks or 1 cup of unsalted butter, softened, not melted, just softened, guys. Okay, you'll need a mixer, or you can use your heavy mixer. You'll need 2 eggs, and you'll need 2 egg yolks. They need to be at room temperature. You'll need 1.5 cups of white sugar, and you'll also need two teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can also use 1 teaspoon of butter flavor if you choose to, but I'm not going to do that. And you're going to need 1 cup of buttermilk, and that will need to be room temperature as well. So now that we have our ingredients, let's jump right into this video. So already in my bowl, I have my dry mixture. I have my 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I have my baking soda. I have my baking powder, and I have my salt. So I'm just going to give that a whisk to get that all incorporated together. You also want to go ahead at this time and preheat your oven to 325. You want to put parchment paper down on the bottom of your pans. If you don't have parchment paper, that's fine. Just make sure that you either use the spray or oil it and grease your pan, okay? And put flour in it, okay? So what I mean by that is this. I'm going to use 9-inch pans for this recipe. So I already have my parchment paper in, and then I'm going to spray the sides with the non-stick coating, okay? My oven is already set at 325. Okay, so it looks like this is already well incorporated together. So now I'm going to grab my other bowl that has my sugar, and I'm going to add my 2 sticks or my 1 cup of unsalted butter, and we're going to get right into this video. Let's go. Okay, so I have my 2 sticks of unsalted butter. They have set at room temperature. Now I have my 1.5 cup of white sugar. I'm just going to pour that in. Still have sugar at the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to give that a mix and cream it all together. Start on low. So I have creamed my butter and sugar together. Now I will add my first egg. And I will go ahead and give that a blend. Now that that's all mixed in well, I will add in my second egg. Now I'm going to stop and take my scraper and scrape down the sides. Because you want to make sure that you get everything well incorporated. Now in this bowl, I have my 2 egg yolks. I'm going to add one in at a time. So I'm actually going to use my scraper to get out one at a time. Okay, so I'm going to give that a blend. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my last egg yolk. And then I'm just going to go ahead and push down the sides while I'm at it. I don't want this to touch the clean one, so separate it. And I want to give that a blend. Now that I've creamed everything together, I'm going to add in my 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If you're going to use the butter flavor, this will be the time that you will add that in as well. Okay, so those are those 2. I'm going to put this right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and blend this in. Once I blend this in, that will be time for me to then add the dry ingredients with this, and that's when the buttermilk comes in play. So let's give this a try. Okay, I have my dry mixture here. So just because it was sitting, I just like to give it a couple more stirs just to make sure everything is in there. I have a clean spatula, so I'm just going to add just a little bit in. And then I'm going to add a little bit. This is where your buttermilk comes in at. So I'm going to add a little bit of the buttermilk in. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix it. Now, I want you guys to see, this is really important. because when I did this, see the sides, you got to make sure that you have a spatula and you get the sides in there, because if not, it won't be well mixed. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and continue to mix this. All right, so I have placed mine in the pans. That's how it looks. So my oven is at 325. Now, this is up to you. If your oven cooks faster, then you may have to watch it. But I'm going to cook mine for about 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to stick a toothpick in the middle. If it comes out clean, then you know it's ready. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. What I did, if you're not sure about just eyeballing it to separate the different layers, you could always put it in a measuring cup to make sure that each pan is getting the exact same amount. Me, I just like to eyeball it. If it comes out bigger in one and smaller in the other one, still tastes good. Still gonna eat it. So I will see you guys when this is out of the oven and ready to cool. So now we have to make the icing for our cake, and I'm just gonna make my simple milk chocolate icing. So I have 1 stick of butter that I have melted. That's what's in here. Okay, then I'm going to add 2/3 cups of unsweetened cocoa. That's what I have here. It's my cocoa. So I'm going to add this right in the butter, and I'm going to stir. And then you're going to need 3 cups of powdered sugar. Yes, 3 cups. This is going to give you about 2 cups of frosting, okay? And you'll need 1/3 cup of milk. You may need a couple extra drops if it comes out a little too thick. It's okay. You could add a couple drops extra, but right now I just have 1/3 cup of milk waiting. And I also will need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so I have stirred that. That looks so pretty, guys. So I don't want a giant smoke cloud, so I'm just going to add a little powdered sugar at a time and then mix it like that, okay? But here it is, my 3 cups. And I'm going to give it a whisk. And you want to make sure you always stop and get the sides. Gotta work and get those sides down, guys. So I'm going to finish with the powdered sugar, blending that in, and then I'll see you on the next step. Okay, so we'll put this here. Add a little more powdered sugar. I want that giant smoke cloud. Okay, since I added in the last of the powdered sugar, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the milk because as you can see it looks like chocolate crumbs. That's okay. That's how it should look, okay? But I'm going to save just a little bit of the milk. And like I said, if you have to use a little more milk than what it requires, it's okay. You may need to use a little bit because you want it to be smooth. You don't want it to be like paste, okay? Teaspoon of my vanilla, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this icing on out. And that's it. Just that simple. The icing is ready. And while you guys were gone, the cakes are done. So I'll show you that right now. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys they're still cooling, but look at the delicious, level, beautiful cakes. I'll show you guys the other one. I think this one is too hot. So I'm just going to continue to let those cool, and then I'm going to decorate them with my chocolate frosting. And there it is. This is going to be a surprise for my neighbor for his birthday. I'll show you guys once I decorate it. It'll be nothing too fancy, but just something simple, just to show my appreciation. Here is the finished cake. Look at it, that Hershey Mountain, guys. I just put a little stencil on top and used some powdered sugar to give it a design. Here it is from the side. And you guys didn't get to see me do this cake, but I also completed this one. This is an orange crush cake. Okay, so these two are my two cakes for my neighbor for a surprise for his birthday. All right, as always, I thank you for watching. Be good to yourselves, love yourselves, love someone else. Until next time, I'll see you on the next episode of In the Kitchen with Chanel. Peace and blessings. Bye. All right, this is the birthday guy. He's getting his birthday surprises. Here we go. He has his orange one. This is my first time making an orange Fanta Crush one. We put 52-ish. And then he has his chocolate kiss one. All right, make a wish and blow that bad boy out. Let's go.
Let's go.
Do we need some Parmesan mist going on here?